Okay, guys, welcome to a redo of What If Naruto is was a female. So, a couple things off the bat. Um, she's going to be half Senju and half Uchiha. Because I really like that premise, and I think I could put a nice little spin on it. And the reason this is up as a redo is I wasn't really happy with the other videos I made. So I'm sorry I took them off and sure I hope I can do better with this and with all this stuff. I also with further ado, we'll start the video. So we start off with how every story of Naruto starts off with the Nine Tails attack. And I'm just gonna cut forward to a couple key differences in this fight. Tsunade is there and Jiraiya is there. Um, and also, if you want to know, um, before we get for more detail, um, Minato is the Uchiha and Kushina is the Senju. The reason Tsunade is there is because Tsunade is the mother of Kushina. Kushina still has the blonde hair. I mean, the red hair because of her grandmother's being a Uzumaki, so that's how she still has the red hair. So that's what happens. Hold on, let me take a drink. Sorry about that. So yeah, those are the main key factors there. So we're gonna cut where Minato just destroys um Obito because he's a lot stronger. He has the Sharingan, and he this quickly disposes that of quickly of Obito or the Masked Man at the time, and that's like so it goes faster. So he has much more time to stop the QB attack, and the QB is still rampaging. He's about to fire that huge Bijudama. Minato teleports to the Hokage monument, teleports the whole Bijudama away from the village. Then he goes up to seal the Nine Tails. And Kushina's there a little weak, but she's getting her strength back a little bit because of the, Sonata's there healing uh, Kushina. And Minato teleports to them. He's like, Kushina, we have to seal the Nine Tails. And because she's like, I volunteer for this, and then Minato's like, you're too weak to handle all of the Nine Tails. We're gonna have to seal it into our daughter, Naruko, and Kushina's upset by this, but she can't. She doesn't have any way to argue, and Tsunade understands what happened, what has to happen. So she they don't have any time to argue, so they grab Naruko and rush to seal the Nine Tails away. And like they go into a huge battle. Minato's like really low on chakra because he also broke the Genjutsu off of the QB with his Sharingan, and transporting that huge Bijudama just took it out of him. He's like, okay, so they battle the Nine Tails. Tsunade does the summoning jutsu to summon uh her slug summon, and then that goes off the bridge to heal as many people. So not as many people is going to die from this, um, because Sonata's there healing because she has to stay at the hospital. But she went with a. So everything's going the same. Minato apologizes. It's like I have to do this to protect the village. So he does the. He summons the Shimigami, and before Kashina and Minato get impaled, he's about to get the claws by the QB. You see Tsunade jump out of nowhere and break one of the claws off, and then you see Jiraiya with the toad, and they're fighting off, and they're buying time for Minato to finish the sealing. So, he finishes it, and he seals half of the QB into Naruko and half back into Kushina before she could survive for this. And he apologizes that this was the only way Kushina and Minato have their goodbyes, and she's like, I promise you I'll take care of Naruko. And by the way, Naruko has the good half, and then Kushina has the bad half of the QB. So we will cut to a day forward where Naruko was sleeping in her crib, and Kushina is just looking at her, and finally gets a chance to breathe after everything that happened. And she's like, I promise you that I will protect you no matter what. And Tsunade walks in, and Kushina's like, once she unlocks her chakra, we're gonna have to put her through hell and train her up to become strong. And we won't have time for luxuries. So she's just gonna have to go up faster than she does. And Tsunade's like, are you sure about this? You might push her too hard, and she might end up resenting you for it. And because she's like, yes, I'm sure. We have to do this. People are gonna come after my daughter, and she has to be ready. And Tsunade's like, okay, I will be with you every step of the way. But try not to push her too hard. Because she was like, I'll try. And then we cut to the council room. Kashina and Tsunade are there. And Hiruzen and everyone else is there. And they're discussing what to do. Who's going to be the next Hokage. And the vote goes in. And through recommendations of Tsunade and Jiraiya, Kashina gets selected to be the 5th Hokage. Sorry about that. And so she's stunned, but she will accept what comes after it. So we're gonna cut when Naruko is 4. She's in the park with some friends, and also no one knows. Everyone believes that the Nine Tails has been destroyed. No one knows it got sealed back into Kushina and Naruko. The only people who know are Tsunade and Jiraiya, and they're keeping it a secret. So while Naruko is playing in the park, she's like 4. She's playing with Hinata, and then some boys come up and tries to hurt Hinata, but Naruko doesn't stand for that and stands up for him and they punch her, and then she's about to punch, to like push the other person down. And right when she does that, like right before she gets punched by the other bully, like punch a kind of it's kind of like how Gar's sand comes up to protect her, but instead of sand, a tree like a branch comes up and blocks for her, and everyone sees this. And Kushina rushes forward, grabs Naruko, and they dash away. And Tsunade picks up Hanada and dashes to the Hyuga compound to drop her off because they don't want any witnesses to see what happened right now. So, back in the Sinister compound, um, Naruko is confused and she's like, "Did I do something wrong, mommy?" She's like, "No, sweetie, you didn't do anything wrong." And she's like, "Try doing that ability again." She's like, "What?" I could try. And she channels her little chakra and she summons a small little flower on the ground and it blooms into like a little dandelion. And they realize that she has um the moki the wood lease, and so they get worried, but they realize if she also has this, she also might awaken the Sharingan. We have to keep an eye out for it. We have to start training now. And Tsunade and agrees. So within the first year of training, it wasn't too bad because Tsunade decided to train Naruto. In the first year, uh, first 2 years, Naruto has completely mastered. Well, not completely mastered, but like learned a lot about medical ninjutsu and all stuff like that. And she's in the process of getting the like storing chakra for the Byakugo seal. Yes, I'm giving her a lot of abilities and all this stuff because she's gonna be a prodigy and overpowered. But like, I'm going to try to balance it out. So, so right now, within 2 years, uh, Naruto learns all of Tsunade's basic abilities and stuff like that. She hasn't quite mastered everything. She hasn't mastered the Byakugan skills. She hasn't had like the monster strength because he's like 6 at the time. So, but things start to kind of go downhill when she like in the next year when she's 7, um Jiraiya and Hiruzen come over and teach her all about the jutsus, and she has complete mastery over uh, water and earth styles, and she's struggling with wind, but she has earth and water jutsus just for more defense, and Yamato also comes down to teach her everything he knows about the wood style, and she knows a lot about wood style, but they told her to keep that secret for now. And now, like, it gets harsher because she wants to hang out with Hinata. The only days off she gets is like Sundays, so she hangs out with Hinata and her friends. And off tangent, the ship will still be with Hinata. So yes, I know it's like, oh, I don't want to hear anything like that. I just like the ship. So yes, they're both females. So just whatever. I don't care what happens. All right, it's not gonna. I just like I just like them as a couple, so I'm just gonna have them as a couple. So no matter what, Sasuke's still there, but she doesn't have enough time since she hasn't unlocked her Sharingan yet. They're not gonna worry about it. Um, and also the Uchiha massacre doesn't happen since they have a lot of respect because Minato was Hokage and he was a Uchiha, so they kind of, he was the first Uchiha Hokage. So the Uchiha massacre doesn't happen because they have everything's on good standings with them. So when we get to the when she's 8, she's done all the training from Tsunade, Yamato, everyone she knows. um, she starts training with Kushina, and Kushina is very harsh on her. Like over the years, she hasn't like gone distant. She's just become really really strict about her training and all this other stuff, and she does not want her to die like Minato does. So she's very strict. She still loves Naruko, but she's just really strict, like and all this stuff. So Naruko is kind of like she really wants to impress her mom, so she was working really hard until like she's exhausted and her bones break and all this stuff. And so she's on top of the academy. She also after school she trains every day. She has no breaks with Kushina, and it's getting a toll on her. And um, right before, so we're going to cut to the graduations of the academy. I know I'm going a little faster, but I'm trying to get some of the main stuff in, so I apologize. So as she's growing up, she's just a badass. Naruko is, and I think we're gonna. It's almost 17 minutes, so I'm actually gonna cut it here. Um, for the first video, and we will like I will explain more of what happens to her during the academy years, and I hope you guys enjoyed this new revamp of a series. Um, I've thought about this long and hard on what to do, so this is kind of like more of a part. So I hope sorry. I hope you guys enjoy part 1. Part 2 will be coming out very shortly. I have to get some notes out for this one because I have to write down some things. Um, but I had to get this out because this was stuck in my head for the longest time. And thank you all for listening. I will see you guys in the next video.